Hello mọi người, chào mừng mọi người đã quay trở lại trên kênh mình. Hôm nay chúng ta tiếp tục tới với cái nhiệm vụ của Zenless Zone Zero, phiên bản mới nhất. Vì về nè, sau đột nhiên lại muốn đi Anna, rồi kết nó cậu có tin vào vận mệnh đến. Tại sao tôi cảm thấy vận mệnh đã định vô cùng bi thương, ra tôi không có gì hãy tranh thủ thời gian vào lỗ hổng đi. Okay.
So, what is it that you all plan to do here? We are here to look for something too. Something extremely important. New Eridu's future may well depend on it.
Recalibrating. Right on cue. Adjusting for wind.
Now it's my turn to ask questions. What exactly is it that you're investigating? Since you're familiar with the name Silver, then you should know that it shouldn't exist anymore.
Recalibrating. Follow it. We'll reach its mark.
What I'm investigating has something to do with it.
The target's weary. Ether vision activate. Ready. You're in my sight. Increase firepower. Awaiting.
Prepare the conduit. Roxy, let's use that vision to head to the next location.
Okay. Chỗ
This is the place.
So, what is it that you're looking for?
A ring. I was excavating ether here before and accidentally lost it. Please, could you all help me find it?
Sure, I'll start looking.
I'll go with you.
I'll stay here with her then.
Thanks, but you don't have to worry about me. Go ahead and accompany the others. I know it might sound strange, but I'll be so happy if my daughter grows up to be capable like you.
có vẻ câu chuyện hay không, nhưng chính nó bị nhà giám định này hại chết. Cao tài tử đó hiện đang bên ấy chứ. Phẩm nổi tiếng kiêu ngạo làm đồng sau đó ngày nọ ấy đột nhiên tự sát. Tôi biết anh ấy không phải là người sẽ làm chuyện như vậy, phải nhân vật lớn đó để giết chết anh ấy. Sao chuyện này là chồng tôi, cha của Mira, lại bắt đầu buồn, không còn cần tốt buộc ai. Gia tộc Ravenclaw, chuyện này lại nói với cô anh Bi không có liên quan tới bọn họ. Theo quả nhiên anh trả lời cho cô, không cần đâu, đang với chồng cô đúng không? Không sao đâu, tình cảm không cần phải gửi gắm bất cứ vật gì, không cần nhớ về anh ấy. Thứ đó ở trong tay cô tốt hơn so với như Hatman. Người kính nói có thể riêng vài câu. Tôi nói vài câu với cô Sienna không? Đương nhiên là được. Vivian và Sienna đi trong quên nói riêng gì đó. Chuyện tìm nhận kết hôn của tôi và chồng mình, tôi sẽ vô cùng biết ơn. Cảm ơn, tôi không đói. Vậy tốt, dù đó cũng không ảnh được này.
There's leftover food here. I don't want to imagine what's inside the bag.
Neither do I.
Không.
A toy that seems emotionally stable. There shouldn't be a ring hidden in it.
It's pretty cute. It's a fancy lunchbox.
I wonder if its owner is safe and sound.
Ý cô là ta quay về xem thử.
What's wrong, Vivian? You seem worried for a while now.
Give it to me, Em. I'm worried about Sienna. Her location should still be safe. I hope so.
Her vital signs are gone.
What happened? I guess this was her fun. There's one thing I must remind you. Your time is running out.
I'm not sure how you can tell, but you're right. I'm going to die in here. I'm very sick and don't have much longer. If I try to get treatment, it'll just be a burden on my daughter. So I scam my way through a bunch of physical exams and managed to take out a hollow corruption policy through Ravenlock Insurance. Once some time has passed, could you please take my corrupted body out of the hollow? That will secure a generous compensation package for my daughter. It's only what the Ravenlocks owe me. A pity, yes. But it's the only way I can squeeze it out of them.
What makes you think that will help you?
I just trust you will. I'm just awfully sorry you had to get involved in this. But it's something I must do. If it's okay, could you also please pass a message to Mira for me? Tell her, don't worry. Even if Mommy's body is corrupted, withers away, and turns to dust, my love for you will always be there. Thank you. You're a good kid.
She was betting that we'd help her. So, you were aware of this the whole time? Yes. Because I saw it. You might not believe me, but I had this ability to see the future. But the things I see are always something bad. That's all I've ever been able to see.
It's all that kid's fault!
She's seriously jinxed.
I always try to avoid her. Otherwise, she'll say something rotten that ends up coming true again.
Prophecies, she says. Like she's not the one bringing the bad luck upon us.
It wasn't me. I didn't do anything. Sorry. I'm sorry.
What good is saying you're sorry? Things like this keep happening every time you open your mouth!
How unlucky. She shouldn't be here. Nobody wants her around.
If only she would just disappear.
I just wanted to worry you all. I'm sorry. Every time. In the end, there's nothing I can change. Sometimes I even wonder whether it's me predicting these things, or if my very existence is manifesting these.
Vivian, it's not your fault.
You were just trying to be kind and warn them about impending disasters.
I can tell it's never been easy for you.
Thank you. No matter what, I just hope she finally gets to rest in peace. I hope no misfortune, whether I foresee it or not, ever happens to anyone.
Khi về cô có thường rơi nước mắt trước tiên tri không? tiền tiền bồi thường tiền bồi thường cho bảo hiểm không một giờ Raven cấp rất hậu hĩnh. Tôi đến cô ấy, anh là mặc ấm cả đời. Tôi không biết trong việc mà lại gặp được mối làm ăn không kiếm tiền này. Có lẽ là tạo dịch tiếng. Tôi cũng nghĩ vậy. Ở đây có tin đồn tấp đã lâu không xem trọng giờ Raven Lock nữa rồi. Nên không muốn mới chót cùng rất dậu. Tại vì con thuyền lớn là tớp vứt bỏ. DNA là một môi giới tình báo rất là hay trên tiền tỷ. Đã rửa tay gác chip. Thì ra là vậy. Ra được chuyện cơ mật đó. Cô ấy đã thử rất nhiều cách nhân. Tất cả đều vô dụng. Cho mình yêu. Nhưng rất tin tất cả những gì cô ấy làm đều có giá trị. Và cô cũng vậy. Tiểu thư vi về. Mọi người quanh đây nhận số ít không đợi đây lâu. Chúng ta tiếp tục tiến lên thôi.
Roxy, do you believe that the future can be changed?
That's quite the sudden question.
In my memory, this has happened countless times already. Why can I only see these misfortunes?
Engage.
Why can't I even have a sliver of happiness?
vibrating.
I'm on it.
Adjusting for wind.
Foxy, the fissure that we're looking for is up ahead.
Sage touch block. Increase firepower. Ether vision activate. Sniper's cleared. One shot, one kill.
What's the switch?
Adjusting for wind.
In position. Outbound. It's the zone.
Quick shot.
It's time. I think it's about time.
We should take that lady out of the hollow. You guys go on.
Thank you. She gave us the intel we needed, so this is the least we could do. I hope everything else goes well.
Trigger và anh Bi đã rời.
Master Proxy, is there anything you'd like to know?
Khi nào cô muốn nói thì cứ nói với tôi.
I'm curious about your story, Vivian, but we can talk more once you feel ready. Don't worry, I'm very patient.
You're the first person to ever say that to me. These premonitions I see are not within my control, and they always come to me in a flash. Most of the time, I see death, disease, accidents, and disasters, but every time, without exception, they end up happening. That's all I have to say about it. If that...
Tại sao lại để tâm?
Why would I be offended? That's just who you are, Vivian. Besides,
I've always considered this ability.
it's not a curse. Actually, I think you've been given a gift.
Thank you. Really? Well, it's getting late. Brinder's belongings ought to be around here somewhere. Let's take a closer look.
Đây.
Looks like it isn't in here.
Đây.
Strange. There's nothing in here.
Cô. Không mối gì nói chị đã dùng cách này sao? Còn lại hai tên phương nhân tình báo chuyện. Wow, đỡ đầu dữ quá. Đi vào Gringer, trong tay cụ trong nhiều địa điểm đặc biệt.
This is it. This notebook is what Bringer left behind, but I don't know what these markings on it mean.
Vừa lạ vừa quen chán trước mặt nhẹ. Kiểu con Ethereal.
Well, hello, Master Proxy. It's been a while. Oh, don't give me that scandalized look. I did just save your lives.
I would have protected the proxy even if you hadn't appeared.
I'm sure of it, but I happen to be in the area. Worry not, dear companion.
Hai người quen biết sao?
Hang on. Did you say companion? So you two know each other?
Apologies. I didn't have a chance to mention it before. I'm actually part of the Phantom Thief Syndicate, Mockingbird.
That's right. I was only able to slip in during the auction thanks to some help from Vivian backstage.
Ồ. Nói con em trai thấu giá là để vào hội trường.
So the whole time you were only bidding on the collections so you could get backstage and tamper with things?
I warned you before. You can't rely on appearances.
Don't worry, Master Proxy. We don't have any ulterior motives here. As you've probably heard, Mockingbird is a renowned Phantom Thieves syndicate in New Eridu that, despite its longevity, has so. Disclosing our identities to you is essentially the highest sign of good faith that a Mockingbird Phantom Thief can show.
Hình như cũng có lý.
I guess that makes sense.
Your trust is most appreciated. Mockingbird's purpose is very simple, really. To form long-standing and cooperative relationships with outstanding proxies.
We need your abilities.
Before you make any decisions, please allow me to briefly explain the concept behind. We all know there isn't anything in this world that's fair. A prime example being the uneven distribution of wealth. People from tops splurge on luxurious collectibles, while the poor have to gamble with their own lives just to get by. Of course, besides wealth, there's also an unequal distribution in this world of happiness and suffering. Somebody has to do something to tilt the balance of the scales. And thus Mockingbird was born. We take from those who have far more than they deserve and give it to those who deserve to have more. If you ask me, that's enough to be considered a form of justice.
Tôi đồng ý.
All right, that makes sense. I can agree with that.
Thank you. I knew if anyone, you'd understand. However, aside from these philosophical considerations, we also have a crisis on our hands to deal with. As you know, the Exaltists are plotting to use the power of sacrifice to launch an attack on all of New Eridu. We can provide you with all the latest intel, just like that notebook you found. Something those pompous housekeepers would never be willing to do. And the most crucial part of this whole game, the sacrifice core, is currently in my... We share the same goal for the moment, stopping the impending disaster from playing out.
Tôi muốn suy nghĩ thêm.
I need some time to think about it.
How about this? If you still have misgivings about our upcoming cooperation, then why don't you bring Lycon along with you? He's got the support of the mayor's office behind him, and his presence alone is enough to keep me in check. That would... Of course, you're welcome to bring some other friends along, provided they aren't from public security or a...
Đã nói tới mức này rồi thì cứ làm vậy đi.
Well, if you're willing to let my friends come along.
Great. It's a deal. By the way, Proxy, this is for you. Consider it a souvenir commemorating our first time working together.
For now, we'll carefully look through the contents of that notebook. I'll contact you if anything comes up.
Hugo mọi người cùng trở về thì màn hình. Nếu như đến với màn hình này sẽ nói chúng ta một vài bộ phim nhé. Trong phần xã hội chuyện cái mắt không sự một tranh không tệ. Được rồi, tôi sẽ ở lại với sẽ nói thêm một lúc mà bộ chào này anh bận rộn quá mà chắc không có gì tôi chứ chuyện này trong lâu trước đó. PC ca này mấy ngàn đã sưu tập thân mến chúng ta sao thì đã hoàn thành rồi chứ, lúc đều tìm được người mua trong lớn đấy. Tôi giới thiệu họ về phòng tranh và đồng thời cũng báo ra trong giới rồi, nhưng đột nhiên mình anh gặp khó khăn gì đó chứ. Chúng anh này cũng hoan nghênh đến tìm tôi, mẹ có thể cung cấp dịch vụ cho vậy. Anh nghĩ gì tài chính tôi cũng ổn định, môi giới tìm chỉ có mình anh đâu. Về bản chất tôi phòng tranh của mình trong giới mà thôi. Thì ra là vậy, chiếm anh quả thực thu hút sự chú ý của rất nhiều người. Tôi nghĩ họ chắc chắn rất mong được hợp tác với anh. Cảm ơn, hy vọng là vậy. Một sớm nữa tôi đi trước đây, hẹn gặp lại sau. Cả đó nhớ trước đây lần nói lần này hóa trang ra dép. Nó lan man các bạn sao anh mà này hẹn thời gian rồi để ông cũng trước chương tin là cô. Cảm ơn nha, cảm ơn. Tôi viết giao cho cái cách đột phá ở Hồng Câu rồi với gia tộc Ravenlock chứ. Nói đúng thì sao, nếu vậy không anh dù sao anh gây náo động vụ áo choàng dũng sĩ đó vậy mà anh cũng ra được. Cơ thể lúc trước vừa đông ta tôi còn nghe nói họ đang bỏ thú lợi gì đó. Gia tộc Raven ta tại nhận cũng tiền rất nhiều thế lực tiền bạc với tất cả gì hay chat với ai và hơn mình kể nổi bật những trong số đó tôn trọng tên tiền gì phải bỏ được lên khí này. Tôi biết, yên tâm, tôi không tính làm căng với hắn. Tốt nhất anh làm được như vậy. Tôi không muốn thấy con chim nhẹ lấy trứng trời đá đâu. Thật gọi là lấy nhọt tết hơn. Sao thì giờ nói tại anh quên gia tộc Ravenlock đang thông đồng với hội ngũ điên hội ca tụng. Chẳng biết dạo này họ đang âm mưu gì đó đáng sợ. Dù sao thì bạn bè nhiều năm, tôi chúc anh một lời thật lòng đấy. Cảm ơn. Rồi lại coi nhận vậy chứ, đã là tôi không gặp anh ấy. Sao chứ, tôi biết hai người trước mặt, như vậy thế nào? Còn chưa nguôi ngoai sao? Không biết, không quan tâm. Nếu không còn việc gì khác, tôi đi trước đây. Được rồi. Chúc thuận buồm xuôi gió. Tại của đã có tác dụng cảnh báo nhất định rồi mà mỗi lần họ phạm tội có thể khiến kẻ sẽ cảm thấy sợ hãi. Thật sao nhưng họ có thể làm chứ cuối cùng mang chất chơi đùa thôi. Đối với những vật lớn đó chi nhẹ chỉ có vùi nhặt tuy phiền nhưng tuyệt đối không gây nguy, cứ mặc kệ nó thôi. Vậy cậu cảm thấy nên làm như thế nào? Nỗi này bắt bên trong không có quyền lực, làm gì cũng vô ích, không có thủ đoạn, nên không từ thủ đoạn tích lũy tài nguyên túc nhập top Muốn thiết lập trật tự mới đương nhiên phá hủy trật tự cũ, giống như sống mới sẽ trải qua sự diệt tốt. Người sẽ lựa chọn trực tiếp đầu hàng này. Đúng, có ai đi chơi tiền cơ chứ, chọn ta thôi. Vào phòng nghỉ. Người ban chịu sao ăn với ngài Hanpan là tôi. Quý giá bận rộn gian để gặp anh, tốt nhất để mang lại đủ lệnh cho dòng Raven Rock. Xin hãy yên tâm, đây đương nhiên bị đầy đủ. Tốt nhất là như vậy.
How about it? Will you work with me?
Not bad. Let me be honest with you. I am Mockingbird.
So it's you. I never thought you'd be so bold as to come see me alone.
Relax, my friend. As you know, if I can sneak into such a heavily guarded auction, then naturally, I'm here with the sincere intention to seek cooperation.
And what do you want in
Wealth, glory, power. The things everyone else in the world wants, I want them too. And I'm confident that as the current heir to the...
Then you've certainly come to the right place. My family is working on a big project. If things come to fruition, Ravenlock's status in Tops will significantly improve. At which point, I'll be sure to leave a spot for you. Naturally, as an outsider, you are precluded from handling any of our core business.
Mr. Hartman, I think you've misunderstood. In fact, I have an art gallery under my name that does. I was hoping...
You want to join Tops? That's easier said than done, even for a...
Just answer me yes or no. I don't think either of us can...
I understand. Yes, you have my word. But in exchange, you'll have to give me the sacrifice.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't. I've already hidden it somewhere safe. You don't want to put all your chips on the table when dealing with Tops.
Then that means I also need to keep an eye out when working with the infamous...
Mr. Hartman, I should remind you that I stand before you undisguised. If I betray you, then you merely need to lift a finger.
You do make a valid point there.
I appreciate your trust.
Why don't we celebrate our new partnership with a toast? Having a drink before undertaking anything important is...
As an outsider, it's a real honor.
By the way, you aren't the only member of your organization, are you?
You don't have to worry about that. I'll make sure she agrees. Otherwise...
Seems you'll do whatever it takes to get things done. Great things lie ahead for someone like you. All right, let's leave it at that for today. I'll contact you about what to do next.
That's him! He's the one who killed Serena!
She was the only one who was ever any good to him, right?
That's why they say once a mongrel, always a mongrel.
Father! We have to punish him!
Serena had been ranking ahead of him. Hugo must have poisoned her water so he could...
Pure evil. Typical for an impure blood.
Hugo, did you do all...
Yes, it was me.
He admitted it! Father, he must be expelled!
He has no right to live under the same roof as us!
Why don't we reunite him with Serena then?
Hugo, well done. My children, how many times have I in this world only the most ruthless, like Hugo here, who is willing to murder only someone with the means and the gumption to do that, is qualified.
But...
It's all over now, and the results are obvious. The winner of this month's assessment Hugo. As for the rest of you, go to the usual place.
But Father, before this, I was number one.
As I've told you before, there's only room for one winner in this family. You're still a loser, even if it's by the smallest. This is all for your own good. Do you understand? Go on now.
Yes, I understand.
That really brought up some unpleasant memories. It won't be long. Soon, it'll all be over.
Người kết nối. Trong cậu về có mất trong cậu có vẻ có chuyện ngoài tôi về chuyện về người thực vận mà lựa chọn ra chúng ta muốn hợp tác cậu lắm rồi. Cô nói biết phải từng gặp. Nói mày chính là người thực vận mà lựa chọn. Được rồi, tôi tin rồi. Đúng rồi. Kết cậu có rảnh không? Vâng, có thể không đi đâu cũng được.
Thank you for escorting me here, Proxy. You're a child that only brings misfortune. People have been saying that about me for a long time. I used to feel hurt and resent. Why do I only predict suffering? If I could predict happy things, joyful things, would people like me a little more? Maybe fate truly is set in stone. Often, I want to help these people avoid their miserable fates. For a time, I even thought that I was successful, that I could change people's destiny. But it was all an illusion. In the end, I couldn't do anything at all. So, I was really happy when you said that my abilities weren't a curse, but a gift. Thank you, Proxy. I'm so glad to have met you. And you're also a fan of Lord Nathan. It's like we were fated to meet. I don't know why, but I feel completely at ease when I'm by your side. I feel like I'm free from judgment, from blame. Like, I don't need to worry about anything, and can just be my own true self. Perhaps people really do possess an aura, and ours just so happen to be extremely compatible.
Tôi gọi buồn ngủ. Rồi chơi game dài thì phải buồn ngủ rồi.
By the way, you asked me before about Hugo. I don't really know much about him. He rarely ever talks about his past. But judging from his eye colors, You can guess he's probably the bastard son of a renowned family. I think his mother was very worried about his different colored eyes, and even wanted to get rid of him at one point. But then his family offered a huge price, and just like that, he moved from a leaky and drafty boarding room to a... But he's also mentioned that the extravagant home is actually like hell for him. I digress. He ran away and ended up meeting Lycon and his master. After that, they formed Mockingbird together and
Cô nghĩ sao?
So, what's your take on Hugo?
I imagine I would still be wandering around now if I had never met him. To me, Hugo is just like an older brother. I've always felt as though he's carrying some heavy burden with him. But sometimes when I look into his eyes, I can feel that he's really struggling with something. Even though he may say some extreme things, Hugo really isn't a bad person. I think one day he'll tell me his secret. Until then, I just have to wait.
Sau khi trò chuyện một lúc nữa, đã chúc Viu Bình ngủ ngon, không còn sức để quay về tìm bạn. Kêu Ngày hơi muộn đúng không? Nói chuyện với Viên thêm một lúc. Là vậy sao cũng muộn rồi, anh đi sớm đi. Tớ Viên làm của chúng ta phải điều tra. Ngày phải đi phải rồi. Ôi Viên, cô ta đề cử anh đi tham gia trọng lần này. Lời ngài tới tiền bằng đã quen rồi, được thôi. Anh có nhiều bạn bè, chắc sẽ rất an toàn. Vậy em sẽ đợi anh, vì ở nhà đợi anh chú an toàn nha. Hôm nay anh hơi sớm đi. Tôi nhận. Sau khi nghỉ ngơi một đêm, buổi sáng sao đã hẹn. Buổi sáng tôi cách nói ngắn gọn không những địa điểm đánh dấu trong sổ tay của Peter mắt hiện điểm vào đầu hoàn toàn không có quy định. Trông có vẻ khác kín đáo, nghi ngờ Hugo những tọa độ gì đó, không biết khi mở ra là tin vui hay tin xấu. Tóm lại thì phải điều tra xem sao. Thì rất là phải nhầm và lết chúng ta đi qua đó đi.
It appears we were the first to arrive. I thought we were running late. This might sound weird, but it's nice to think about getting to work with you from now on. I don't really know why that makes me feel so happy. It's because we're fellow fans! Anyone who likes Lord Phaethon can't be a bad guy.
Cô nói đúng lắm.
You're right.
Of course, Lord Phaethon is the greatest there will ever be, but you're definitely the best proxy I've ever met in person. Hugo told me before that you're really skilled, and he said we'd get along great. I never expected he'd be so right. Oh, by the way, would you like to come by my place if you have time later? I have a huge collection of Lord Phaethon merch.
Phaethon chắc đâu có đồ lưu niệm nhỉ?
Phaethon, Lord Phaethon doesn't have any merch out there, right?
It's all my own original merch, like screenshots of old internet comments. I print them out and turn them into postcards, plus the avatars Lord Phaethon's used, and the music playlists they recommend. I've organized it all. I'd love to show it all to you if you get the chance.
Hãy chia sẻ với tôi.
I'm really curious to see all that. Please be sure to show me.
Splendid! Let's book a time and you can come by my place and see all my Lord Favors! Speaking of which, what's taking those two so long?
Bà nói tới phi thành bà bể. Bà gồng rồi bà nói chuyện bà bể, bà không phải bóng nhưng bà giật bể.
Hugo said he had some preparations to do before entering the Hollow. I wonder how that's coming along.
Hugo chuẩn bị hành động tiếp theo. Mua chút đồ giúp mình. Sô-cô-la. Hugo. Dạ. Thật là trùng hợp, không ngờ lại gặp anh ở đây. Rõ ràng tôi cũng không nghĩ tới, nếu không tôi đã chọn tiệm khác rồi. Anh ấy chuẩn bị anh tiếp theo sao? Rõ ràng. Đúng rồi, lần này rồi phải cảm ơn anh đã tham gia, có thêm sức chiến đấu mạnh mẽ cho chúng tôi. Nếu anh có thể không tiết lộ bí mật của tôi với chủ nhân cao quý đó, anh thì sẽ càng tốt. Chủ tiệm nói với tôi hứa chỉ cần hành động của anh không gây nguy hại với chủ nhân. Anh cảm ơn anh quá. Được rồi, tôi hơi vội đi trước đây, chúc anh mua sắm vui vẻ. Đây coi anh biết không, anh trước cửa tiệm thấy còn người cũ không mua máy, tôi sẽ chọn tránh né. Thời gian gấp gáp gần đây chỉ có một chuyện. Hơn nữa tôi cũng không cảm thấy cần phải tránh né.
This is getting to be more than just a coincidence, don't... Or perhaps you are actually stalking.
If I was stalking you, you wouldn't ever know.
Overconfident as always. You haven't changed at all.
We just make it a habit to check the state of our weapons prior to combat.
Thanks for that little
I didn't expect you to let me join.
What else could I do? Master Proxy would have insisted on having you join us. I never expected for us to have a chance to enjoy some pleasant conversation like this. Without our weapons drawn, that is. It really has been too long.
Indeed. That was a long time ago. Thankfully, Jack went in peace.
He must have known about his condition for some time. Passing peacefully in your sleep is the most natural way to go. I'm happy for him. By the way, Lycon, have you...
You mean about our guild for Phantom Thief?
Yeah. It's time for us to build an organization of our own. Jack always supported the idea, didn't he?
I don't have any objections. But what should we call it then?
How about... Mockingbird? It's a bird known for mimicking the calls of others to blend in. Same way we don high society roles for ourselves when we're out on a mission. Oh, oops. I nearly forgot. You're a terrible actor, and you're always flubbing your lines.
No, call it Mockingbird. We're always just putting on an act, aren't we? Besides, we still ran missions together even when we didn't have a name. Having one now won't really make a difference.
No. It does make a difference, Lycon. And I don't just want. I want Mockingbird to become a symbol. Like the sword of Damocles hanging over everyone's heads. Striking fear into the hearts of the rich and cruel. Just like Jack used to say. This world isn't fair. So that's why we have to influence it however we can. And change things in our own way.
But on the basis of not causing harm to other people's lives. That's also what Jack used to say.
Of course I remember. All right. I promise.
That sounded pretty forced. Don't forget, things don't end well for people.
I'm good for my word. You must trust your fellow companions. That's also something Jack would say. Well then, today's the day that Mockingbird will officially start flying. Our first order of business, deciding on our symbol.
Ok.
Looks like we're all here. Hugo, you're late again.
Đúng rồi. Ngoài những người quen cũ hành động, ta còn có một người bạn mới tham gia. Đây chính là người hỗ trợ mà chủ tiệm đã giới thiệu. Rất vui được làm quen, tôi tên Hugo. Vậy trước khi vào lỗ hổng, chúng ta xác định lại mục tiêu của nhiệm vụ này. Chúng tới được nơi đánh dấu sổ tay của Ringer để tìm kiếm manh mối liên quan vào đồ nạn dấu tới hội ca tụng ở đó. Có thể cất giấu kho báu, cũng có thể cất giấu gì đó đáng sợ. Cụ thể nào phải đợi thân đi thăm dò. Nếu mọi người không có vấn đề, chúng ta bắt đầu nhé.
I didn't expect the coordinates in Bringer's notes to lead here.
Oh, are you familiar with this place?
Understood. More familiar than you, it seems.
Proxy, if they're being too noisy, can I take action?
I don't enjoy obstacles in my path.
The generator room should be nearby. Over here. Master Proxy, I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Don't tell me. Victoria Housekeeping's high...
I can fix it, but I'll need a circuit diagram before I can do anything. I've seen diagrams for this type of circuit before. It's a pity that we're unable to connect to the outside world from inside.
Just leave that problem to me.
Wise, I just sent an image of a circuit diagram to you. Have a look.
Thank you very much, Master Proxy. Now then, let's start repairing this circuit.
Ok. Giờ nói dây giờ nói bằng mạch. Vui đây, cũng vui đây. Mà có gì đó là quả hack vào cái gì đó.
The circuit is fixed. You should now be able to open that door.
Wait up. Wait a second. It's all coming together now. Communicating with the outside world from within a hollow. I'm getting that circuit diagram. Could it be your Lord Ethan? Impossible. There's no way. But then again, only Ethan could have done that. I mean, you're an incredible proxy, sure. And you're a good person. But could you really be Lord Ethan?
Đúng vậy, tôi là Phaeton.
That's me. I'm Phaeton. Sorry, I just never had the opportunity to tell you.
Unbelievable. Lord Ethan! I've been your biggest fan for years now! Goodness me, Lord Nathan was right in front of me all along, and I had no idea. This is like a dream.
Hài cốt quá.
Could you If you're willing, could you please give me an autograph?
Để ra khỏi lỗ hổng đá.
Anything you want, but let's get out of the hollow first, alright?
Oh! Okay, sorry. Guess I got a little too excited.
Anyone would be enraptured meeting someone they admire that much.
Yeah, if I ever met my favorite movie director, I'd be the same.
We should keep moving. This isn't the best place for idle chit-chat.
The door's finally open. The proxy. It's Aiden. Aiden. It's the proxy. This is a dream. I never want to wake up.
The fissure over there should lead to our destination.
Rồi.
Say no more.
Lycon, your fighting style wasn't so reserved in the past.
I've matured.
You call this mature? You're just being pretentious.
A difficult foe, that one. Let us leave this place at once. Ensuring Master Proxy's safety is our highest priority.
I won't let anything happen to you, Lord Phaeton.
I'll bite your throat out.
Outbound. I won't back down. Lord Phaeton, how are you feeling? Are you tired? Do you need a break? Some food? Water?
Không có gì đâu vậy.
Master, a complex mechanism has been detected ahead. To pass through, you need to activate all three smaller mechanisms. Suggestion: split up and handle them simultaneously to save time.
Phải đến cả ba nơi.
So, we have to head to 3 different places to crack this thing.
Huh? We're splitting into 3 groups? In that case, I'll protect you. I can take care of one myself.
That leaves the last one to me, then.
You should go with Hugo.
What's that supposed to mean? We get along just fine, don't we, Miss Cunninghair?
Đang quay YouTube. Chưa. Rồi quay trở lại để tiếp tục trình đào bánh mì.
I don't know what's going on with you two, but you've been bickering the whole time. It's annoying. This is a good chance for you guys to build some rapport. Andy's got a point. Hugo, just go with Lycon.
You just want to be alone with your Lord Faithin, don't you?
That's not it.
Được rồi, quyết định vậy đi.
All right, sounds like a plan. It's all decided then.
If Master Proxy says so, then Lycon, you better not slow me down.
I really want to recommend you two some movies for a crash course on teamwork.
Ok. Con chia được rồi. Chết rồi. Tôi ổn.
Lord Nathan, there are too many ethereals here. We have to find a way to close that door and stop the ethereals from flooding in.
Đây.
Lord Nathan, seems like we both need to press down on these mechanisms at the same time. Sure enough, Lord Nathan and I share a deeper connection. Sorry, I hope I'm not being too forward. Goodness me, somehow I'm fighting alongside Lord Nathan. It's like all my dreams are coming true. I'm going to wake up any second now, aren't I?
Tôi tồn tại thật mà.
No, this isn't a dream. I'm real. See? You can even hold my hand.
Not only is Lord Nathan incredible, but super kind. That's it. I pledge to be a die-hard Lord Nathan fan until my very last breath.
Phải chết rồi. Còn cô cáo với một địch khác, một con cá mập. Kỳ này tôi bắt sống rồi. Vivian tại sao lại thích Faith?
I'm happy to hear that. Don't get me wrong, but why do you like Phaethon so much, Vivian?
Lord Phaethon is my light. The one who saved me in my darkest, most desperate times. Like, you probably don't remember, but you really did save me that day. Wow, it's so embarrassing to say all this in front of you.
Nghe dữ quá.
Sorry, I hope I'm not bothering you too much.
Cảm ơn cô đã thích.
No, you're not a bother at all. Thank you for your loyal support.
I should be the one thanking you. Just being able to see Lord Phaethon makes me the luckiest person in the whole world. Sorry to keep babbling like this. I wonder how the others are doing. I'm sure Envy will be able to manage. She's great at this kind of stuff. But as for Hugo and Lycon, let's just hope they don't get into a fight with each other.
Chưa giết nhà mày, nhưng ta kể.
There are too many ethereals here, though not a huge problem.
Và điều kiện này tôi có công cuộc quyết định đây. Ok.
So, we have to cooperate to solve this problem.
That's a real shame.
I have no intention of arguing with you right now. Master Proxy and Miss Vivian are elsewhere, and
What a coincidence. That's exactly what I was thinking. Just this once. We should trust each other.
I have no objections.
Very well. Then you'd better keep your word. I know you've never fully trusted me, Lycon, even before it all fell apart.
You wanted to speak to me alone?
I know you and Hugo are as thick as thieves and don't hide anything from one another. But you can't tell him what I'm about to tell you.
Did something happen with him?
Hugo is an intelligent and gifted child. He learns everything I teach with ease. In time, he'll grow beyond me. Reach a place where people will marvel and look up to him as a beacon.
Yeah. As much as I hate to admit it, he always picks things up just a teeny bit quicker than me. But none of that matters, because I can overpower him easy.
I don't think being gifted is a good thing for him.
What do you mean?
He bears a dark and painful past. What he was taught, the hatred he was faced with, everything he picked up. I believe that beautiful flowers can blossom even in the darkest abyss. But the roots of that flower would crawl from evil instead of good. Hatred instead of love. It's a curse that flows through his lineage. A curse that fate branded him with. I've seen far too many people like that throughout this long life of mine. They struggle with this curse their whole lives. But they all end up failing in the end. The path of light is narrow and fleeting. And the darkness is filled with such temptation that dropping your guard for even just a moment can send you spiraling straight into the abyss.
Do you mean Hugo's going to be a bad guy?
I don't know. I hope he'll always stay true to his heart. That he won't give in to hatred and ambition. That he won't become the dragon that must be slain. But he has inherited the seed of evil. You cannot let it take root. I'm afraid I won't be there to help you. So then, Lycon, promise me now, you must hold his chain tight. To restrain him. To stop him. And when necessary, to choke him.
You've become slow, or maybe you've been on guard against me this whole time, and that's what's slowing you down. Looks like I was right. Lycon, I hope you're aware that the one who betrayed Mockingbird and went to work for the Mayflowers was you. Not, I would never betray my...
I don't wish to repeat myself, but you should not break our oath.
That's the path I've chosen, and I'm going to stick to it.
But you know that path will...
Who are you to lecture me about right and wrong?
I believe any path that makes you feel pain must be the wrong one.
Your disgusting sympathies make me sick, Lycon. There's only ever been one person who can kill me or save me, and that is me.
Great, it worked!
Còn là giúp chúng ta cuối cùng cũng đến với hàng lợi của một ngày nữa. Ta không kể nhau thì ta không xếp hạng chót rồi. Xếp hạng nhất có 5 bữa không? Được, rồi có chơi có chịu. Các vị bị chính chủ ruột không ta, ok, lần này ta. Phía trên phát âm thanh kỳ lạ.
That was loud. What's happening up ahead?
Hold on, everyone. I'll go check it out.
It's probably multiple ethereals attacking. Just in case, I'll go...
Vivian, you should go with them too. Keep an eye on Lycon, will you? I'm worried he might sell us out to the men.
I'd never do that. But if Miss Vivian wishes to join us...
Okay. Then I'll go with you.
Why do you look so nervous?
I've spent so much time by your side already. I need to get away from Lord Phaethon for a little bit, or I might die from this overwhelming happiness.
If that's the case, Miss Vivian, feel free to come along with me.
Okay. Alright.
So, how does it feel to be worshipped, Lord Phaethon?
Ra biết từ đầu rồi, phải không?
You had that figured out a while ago, didn't you?
Sharp as always. But of course, I couldn't spoil it for her.
Okay.
She has to figure it out on her own. That's what...
Anh cố tình để Lycon và Vivian đi nơi khác.
Not only that, you asked Lycon and Vivian to leave for some reason.
I can't keep anything from you. I've always treated Vivian like my own little sister. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but she looks a lot like Serena. I think I mentioned it before. Serena was my half-sister. Vivian really likes you, whether you're Phaethon or just wise. Of course, I also have a lot of respect for someone like you. Strong, fair, and genuinely kind. So I hope... I beg you, please keep her safe.
Yeah.
Hang on. What's that supposed to mean?
Think of it as the last bit of conscience I have left. A kid as pure as her. Not even Vivian can agree with all my beliefs. One day we'll go our separate ways.
Your beliefs?
You probably heard from Lycon. We swore an oath when we started Mockingbird. We swore to use our own hands to right the wrongs in this world. I stayed true to my words. Until... my father. Man, I hated. But I hesitated. I remembered that damned oath. I didn't do it. Because of that. Innocent people died. All because of him. If I'd killed him first, then none of those tragedies would have happened. People, after that, I realized sometimes taking one life really can save countless others.
Tôi hiểu, tôi vẫn rất khó để thắng được. Tôi hiểu.
I understand where you're
I knew you'd understand. Vivian has a good heart. I don't want her to get her hands dirty. But you know how it is. In this world, someone has to be the bad guy. So, I want to apologize to you.
Why apologize all of a sudden?
You're incredibly strong, kind, capable, and really, really lucky. The world needs more people like you. Remember that revenge movie I told you about? Children of Devils. I still haven't found it. But turns out, in that story, the Children of Devils are actually the... Sorry for rambling. They should be back soon. Please, look after Vivian for me.
looks like a cocoon.
Careful, everyone. If I'm not mistaken, that's a sacrifice.
It appears to be in hibernation. We don't know when it'll wake up.
If it does wake up, we'll be in serious trouble.
Wait. Those spots Bringer marked in his note, that means there must be at least a dozen of them. And that's only counting the ones we know so far. These sacrifices may still be hibernating, but the fact that there are so many of them out there is terrifying. And that's not all. These sacrifices can exist outside the hollows. If they make their way into populated areas,
I'm afraid it will lead to a catastrophic disaster likened to the fall of the old capital. That's almost certainly what they meant by vengeance against all New Eridu.
Let's find a way to get rid of these sacrifices. We can't let the Exaltists have them.
Thank you for helping me find this sacrifice. But sorry, kids.
it's that annoying old man.
I'd advise you to choose your words.
You were from the Ravenlock family, so it was you.
That face. Oh, I know you. I heard about what happened to your friend. Truly unfortunate. If only she'd been smarter.
It seems your goal was this sacrifice all along. You've been tailing us, haven't you? Keeping...
As expected of a wolf Thyran, you are very perceptive.
My...
I'm not exactly happy being called...
Wait, Hugo.
I made a deal with Mr. Hartman in it, so... Would you kindly step aside and let us have this sacrifice? Of course. You can choose to refuse.
Anh đã giao dịch gì với gã?
What did you offer him?
Everything we know about the sacrifices plus the cords.
What? Why?
It's simple. I want to climb higher. Mr. Hartman offered me a chance to join Tops. Who could say no to that?
No. Impossible. You promised to help me investigate the Exaltists. You told me the whole point of Mockingbird was to do anything it takes to bring us all of that.
You're just too gullible, Vivian. I also told you. Everybody lies. To hide their true intentions. People lie so smoothly. They don't even bat an eye.
You...
What a wonderful show of betrayal and backstabbing! Bravo! I've got no interest in your little feud. But would you all be so kind as to step aside? My men still have some delicate handiwork to do.
Over my dead body. Hugo, why in the world would you do that?
Instead of wasting your time on idle chatter, why not focus your energy on the battle ahead?
Your plans will never succeed.
It's useless. Don't you get it? You're not just going against the people in front of you. You're not going against me. Rather, the entire Ravenlock family, even the whole of Tops. There's no chance of victory for you. Oh, you guys are such a pain. Hugo, stop standing around. We had a deal. Give me the sacrifice core now.
Did we? I don't remember. I imagine this is your favorite. Seeing people tear each other apart like wild beasts, just like you. I am loving the look on your face right now. Right when you think you've succeeded, I'm here to tell you, let this pain sink in.
You're insane.
You still don't recognize me. My full name is Hugo Vlad Ravenlock.
That's impossible. You're part of our family?
I may be an illegitimate child.
I know you. You're that bastard of his. Damn it.
My dear uncle. You were never worthy of your position. You have no claim to the Ravenlock. You may have killed all of my father's other children, but sorry. I am the true heir to the Ravenlock.
You're a bastard. You have no right to inherit the family.
That's not for you to decide. Master Edmund is very supportive of my claim.
Edmund? That's impossible. You weaseled your way to Tops Inner Circle!
Master Edmund doesn't care who achieves his goal. In other words, he'd happily let me take over the Ravenlock family.
This can't be! You don't know the...
I know a lot more than you think, including everything that you've done.
Damn it.
This was all fake, right?
Vivian, everything I did was now. I'm going to kill this man who...
You can't kill him. We still need information from him on the sacri...
You must be misunderstanding something, Lycon. Just like you chose the man, at least for now, Tops has the same interests as...
Why?
I just want to take back... If fate is not willing to give me stealing, robbing, lying...
Even if it means selling your soul... Know about the power struggle between Tops and City Hall. Those elites...
That would severely harm the Mayflower's reputation and approval rating.
If that happens...
I'm sorry it has to be, but I have to do this. I'm going to get everything Master Edmund wants for a permanent and someone has to...
Tôi không nghĩ vậy.
I don't agree. Sounds like some twisted logic to me.
This is the path I've chosen. Without power, resources, or strength, we can't do all the talk about using our power to tip the scales of justice and hover over them like the sword of Damocles. It's just a delusion. In their eyes, we're nothing but annoying. Mockingbird has never really changed anything. None of it matters.
But even so, you shouldn't become the kind of person you hate.
Sorry, Proxy. I know what you're trying to... But this isn't some children's story of a dragon slayer. Sometimes, to slay the dragon, so I will bloody my hands. It's about time you kneel. Not bad. Is that all?
Answers.
What's this for?
Everything you just said. Is that what you truly believe?
I don't want it to go like this. There must be another way.
There isn't, Vivian. This is the final lesson I'll impart to you. Those who cannot give up anything, truth be told, Proxy, I envy you. The world needs people like you.
Not over.
I'll eliminate any obstacle.
All right, you got me. But too bad. I have my own methods.
What are you doing?
Well then, make your choice. I know you took it. Don't forget, I'm the one who taught you that.
Okay.
What a shame. Did you really think I'd keep my promise? Sir, what's the matter? Thinking of Trump?
I knew it. He has inherited the seed of...
Go on, kill me.
Master Proxy, are you okay? Are you hurt?
Don't worry. I'm fine.
Lord Ethan, I'm sorry. I had no idea Hugo would do that to you.
Judging from how we've interacted before, Hugo didn't seem like the reckless.
Hugo.
That's a hollow down there. If you need
That isn't necessary.
to be frank, I thought you'd hate him for
I do hate that he's keeping things from me. I believe he's still with us.
I feel the same. It's possible he's still alive. I'm terribly sorry. Diamond, it is impossible for you to be alive.
Sorry to interrupt everyone, but just so you know, Hartman's gone.
I'm sorry. I was so focused on Master.
Same, but it doesn't matter. And he will pay for what he...
Yes. I'll be reporting all of it. Well then. Now that it's...
Another obstacle out of the way. She's going to be pleased. May the Creator guide us.
Fear. And that's perfect.
Bye.